Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. This video is just inform you, let you know we've got a couple of new products on the product store. Actually, a few more than a couple of new products. First of all, we've got a new heavy gauge grounding ring. So it's a 8 gauge tensor ring, about so big, and it brings through solely the element, the earth element energetic, which enables you to connect into your heart more. Because what we see is that what we authentically are is the soul, is the consciousness, which predates us being the human, predates our experience as the human on earth. So there is actually a ground or a earth connection that predates our experience here on earth, and that is being in our heart. I quite often like to say that all the letters that are contained within the word earth are also the same letters contained in the word heart. And of course, I'm just talking about the English language, but I find that interesting, right? Where the H starts at the word heart and then ends in the word earth, right? So it begins with a heart and it ends with the earth. So, and also that coincides with the fact that we got here as the soul first and then become the human second, because when the embryo is being formed, when the heart is formed, is when the soul comes through. So because we know that the heart is a portal, 0 point, access point for us to experience reality. So we come through the heart before we're ever birthed as the human. And obviously when the mind comes in and intervenes and takes us on another direction, which often leads us to lose sight of our original purpose, our soul purpose, which then results in that soul purpose not being fulfilled in us having to come back to have another go, which is having another incarnation here. So that energetic is all about getting into the heart. In fact, we already have a product on our product store that holds that same energetic, which we call the heart activation ring, which is the ring that we suggest to place on your shower head, right? So therefore, when the water goes through the pipe before it hits the shower head, goes through the ring. I think I've got it here. It's that one there, which is 12 gauge tensor ring, and water goes through there, and then when that water hits you, it has that earthing element which shifts your awareness from here into the heart. Why we did that with the shower was because for a lot of people, they shower first thing in the morning if you're getting ready to go to work or getting ready for the day, and it's a great way to start the day, right? Is to shift you more into your authenticity, for you to feel more grounded, more earth, dropping into that heart space. Because we know that when we're in the mind, it removes all balance, it unbalances our state, and that's actually where we then lose our ground, and we start to then absorb discordant field that's not in alignment with our authentic energy signature, which is our soul, our consciousness, which where does it come through? The heart. So it all ties in. So we've always had that ring, but now we've got a heavy duty grounding ring, which is an 8 gauge ring that is now on my product store. And that is trulyholistic.net/products/. Now, the next product we've got, actually before we get to those, we've also got an option on our product store, which is custom pendants, custom purpose pendants, where there is 4 options. Yeah, there's 4 options, and one of them is, I'll see if I've got it here, is you get a custom made pendant, which is using 14 gauge copper wire twisted, cut to a cubit measurement, but we then flatten the ring. One of the rings, which is the outside one, will always be the infinite cubit measurement, which the infinite cubit measurement is about your purpose in being here, which is to lead with the heart. And the soul's purpose, as I mentioned earlier, is to expand yourself, expand your awareness, expand your consciousness, which is really through expanding, bring through more of your infinite consciousness. here through facilitating it through an open heart, because it's the only way we can get here. For example, as I mentioned, right, how did we get here to begin with, right? Before we were birthed as the human, through the portal we know as the heart. Now, as we do that, our auric field then expands accordingly, right? So, which our heart's role is to shift anything discordant or unbalanced back into a balanced state. So we always need that energetic in place. Now, the other energetic, the other ring that's within it will be specific to the individual and what they want to remedy. And I'll give you an example of this. I had a client that was having problems with sleep apnea, right, in regards to flow of their airway, right? And obviously anybody that's had a session where we realize that flow is a very pivotal aspect to vitality and wellness for the body, or that part of the body to behave and express and function in its highest potential. We will dowse to find out what cubit measure you need. Now, for that particular individual that was having sleep apnea issue, we found out that they needed the gateway cubit, which is, funnily enough, the air element of that person's infinite consciousness. So when we made that ring and we braze it to the infinite cubit ring, then they have got a custom-made pendant that is working to remedy that specific issue. So we've now created that option so therefore you can say, hey, I've got the specific issue that I want a particular specific pendant or product to remedy and work on that, and we can do that now, and that's got the option. You also have the option of it being copper, but also got the option of it, you can have it as pure silver as well. So there's those two options of the 4 that are part of that custom pendant option on the store. The other 2 is an AccuVac coil, a mini AccuVac coil, which we can, again, use a cubit measurement that would be custom or particular to you. And the other option is what we call the spiral harmonizer pendant. And I'll just see if I've got that one here. Let's have a look. Yes, we do. So this one's a bit patinaed, which means the copper darkens, but it gives you an idea of what that will look like. So that's that one there. So it looks cool. It's actually, like a tensor field harmonizer, or the heart harmonizer that we already have on the store, right? If you have it upright like that. But why we did it like that is because it's a bit more specific to what actually is happening from the heart, because this is why we call it a heart harmonizer. A tensor field harmonizer is really mimicking what the heart does, right? And this is a reason why we really haven't had it on our product store for a long time, and we've just initiated it just to support people about getting more into the heart, because the key is getting the heart open. But what really is happening is it's like that from the heart, right? And because the heart is facilitating a flow of your energy through it, which is a vortex. And if you were looking right down the barrel of that vortex, it's a spiral geometry. So very much like that, right? So, it's like a propeller blade, right? So you'd wear that and it would sit like that. It's a real cool geometry too. It looks really cool. So that is on that custom-made pendant product option as well. Now, so we've got, as I say, the heavy-duty grounding ring, got the custom-made pendant option, which you've got 4 different options there. Another product that we've just recently brought out is called the water ring. Okay, so we've made a specific ring for water. Now, up to this point for water, we've got products that you can use on water, like for the charging plate, the coasters, right, the light coasters. I'll show you some of those. Right, so we've got the coaster, right, and we've got the coasters there, sorry, and the charging plate. And they've got energetics that definitely, yes, they do restructure water. And we've got the trio sets of the rings that you can work on water, but we wanted to make a more specific and cheaper option. This is a 12 gauge tensor ring that you can use. You can just apply to water if that is your specific purpose. So you can obviously place that under any beverage as well. It doesn't have to be water, just water. So you get that an option of one ring, and I think this is only 28 New Zealand dollars for the one ring. But also got option where you can get a bundle of 6 water rings, and you can just place them around the home for all sorts of purposes. Put them on water faucets if you want to, and you'll get a added discount of getting a bundle of 6 compared to just the one as well. So that's also in the product store under watering. Now, this is a really cool new product that we've brought out. This is called the Intuitive Effect Ring. So this is what it looks like, right? Why we call it a ring? Because you wear it as a ring on your hand. Okay, so this is an interesting product option, and this is kind of, we make wands, right? So I'll just show you a couple of wands that we make. So these one of the bigger ones, the manifestation wand, ascension wand. And, this becomes a placeholder of your attention of funneling, facilitating energy into something, right? Now, if you want that to be more of a hands-on approach, but let's say you're an individual that's not sensitive to your energy, right? You want that more of your energy you want to feel more of your energy, or that sensitivity of your energy in the palm of your hand, and then to apply that energy into an area with that place of attention holder being the hand, not necessarily a wand. This is where this product comes in, right? Because you wear that, right, and you've got and that's cut to a specific cubit too, these tense rings, which is the infinite cubit, which is about, again, getting into your role as a creative force, right? Applying your energy, that's very heart-based. And then you've obviously got, take these off, and then you've got a plate, a copper plate that's connected to that. Now, then you've also got these little tabs, which are made of crystal powder, encapsulated resin. They are essentially the same as the cell phone tabs that we use, right, to mitigate EMF, 5G, Wi-Fi and everything. You place it on your cell phone, your iPad, and so on. Now, we use this, like a tensor ring, to be a physical anchor facilitating, etheric energetics. So the energetics we're going to place in these is, well, one of them will be the same energetics that are held within the ascension wand, which are the earth, air, and water elements. Okay, and then the other tab is going to hold the energetics of the other two energetics that we have in the manifestation wand, which are the fire and ether elements. Okay, so essentially you're going to have the energy of both wands, but in a different medium. Okay, a different placeholder, which is going to be more about, because a lot of these tools are training wheels to get you more connected into your power, your energy, to become empowered. And obviously that can be extended through the wand, but with this one, it's about teaching you for it to come through your own hand, right? Your own will. So obviously these are just Velcroed. So for example, if you just want the energetics of the ascension wand, right, the first 3 elements of your being, which is your consciousness, then you can just apply that one alone, and then you put it on there, and then you can just place your hand working on an area. Okay, and now the whole idea, and if you want both, then you can just apply both on there, right? Now this idea came from, I'm a huge fan of the MCU, right, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and there's a character on there called Doctor Strange, and he has this thing called a sling ring. So when he wears a sling ring, he'll quite often move his arm like that, and he's creating an interdimensional portal to have access into something. Now, quite often I explain to my clients and people that are buying the tools, because we emphasize getting into the heart, right? Because the heart's about where you originally come from, right? Which is a quantum pathway. And funnily enough, the heart, the way we see the heart is a portal itself, right? Because it's really a doorway between 2 different worlds, right? Us having this human experience here, and then on the other side of it, our quantum pathway of where our energy, our consciousness, our infinite authentic nature comes from, right? So it's kind of like that 0 point or singularity between two different worlds. So I find it quite interesting, right, that we're using a device here that's trying to extend what comes through our portal into this particular device here. And a lot of the times when I'm wanding, right, using the wand, I don't purposely do this, but when I'm wanding, everything's limp, and I allow my soul consciousness to gauge and forge that process. And quite often when I'm wanding, it will do that, creating that spiral, right, which is what we know now is a vortex. And the formal geometry, which is the vortex, is flow, right, because we're facilitating our flow of our energy. So so quite often you'll be doing that, right? So this is a really cool option. I'm really excited about it. Again, it's called the Intuitive Effect Ring. Okay, so you'll see that now in the product store. Go and check that out. I'm really excited about this product because, again, I feel like it's got this special, specific function in making that person become a little bit more sensitive and understanding and feeling into their energy more. Because the problem in humanity is we've become so mind orientated, and the mind is very is very dense. The mind's a very dense energy. It's very abrasive, and sometimes it can just it can be so noisy. It just dampens out the subtleness and sensitiveness of our intuition that comes through the heart. So our intuition, our power, our creative energy is something that needs to be felt, not thought. So I think this is going to be a really good tool to help people that want to connect into that subtleness, that sensitivity of their own intuition, of their own energy, but also applying it in their creative process, but also in regards to healing. So go and check that one out. So they are all the new products that you can find at trulyholistic.net/products/. So go and check them out. We've also updated the product store, especially with a lot of the photos, made it more colorful. And I feel like we've made it a little bit more easier to kind of navigate and look for and find what you're looking for, and buy the product that you're looking for. Now, when you're going and visiting the product store, use your heart, feel into what you require, right? What's gaining your attention more than another product will most likely be the product that you're looking for, the energy that you're looking for. If you've got an idea of what you're looking for, but don't know fully which one to select, make sure to contact me. There is a contact page on my website, and I can dowse for you and find out what would be best suited for you, and we can take it from there. Until then, make sure that you like the video here. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed to the channel. I'm currently also putting out a newsletter, which is called Weekly Miracle Reminders, where we just bring through a testimonial about a product, about a testimonial about the session work that Truly Holistic provides, but also just a gentle reminder of all these modalities, products that Truly Holistic can facilitate, the very miracle that you are looking for, that what life is all about. Until next time, catch you later.